Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Auto Club Speedway in California. The S.R.U. Dave Busch Cup Series is happening tonight. Actually, we have a guest in the booth. We have Nicholas Rowe in the booth here with us this evening. How you doing tonight, Nicholas?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good today, Art.
Yeah, we got the guys out there doing a little bit of qualifying right now.
Yes, we are. We're excited to see how fast these guys do.
Yes.
I know we've had the number 9 car. Seems to be the fastest in practice today.
Yes, it does. I'm just popping up here for all the viewers here to see. We have some camera angles of the drivers standing with their cars. We don't have all of them, unfortunately, but we have a few of the guys out here. And while they're out there qualifying, we're just kind of scrolling through the different cars and their paint jobs. And that's the other thing there too, Nicholas. If you're online, you can see the camera. Well, I guess you can see the cameras. I can see different cameras because I'm running the cameras here tonight. But for those of you that are at home on YouTube, if you don't see your favorite driver in his paint job, let me know and I will refresh Trading Paints, because I want to make sure that everyone is showing their really cool paint jobs. So yes, so I got Nicholas in the booth with me tonight. This first time I'm running with an extra person. I'll shut up and let you talk for a minute there, Nicholas. How you doing today?
Like I said, we're doing pretty good. We're really excited. We're super excited to see this awesome Auto Club Speedway.
I think
a lot of lines we're going to run tonight.
I think the guys are going to do really well here tonight. So Robbie Darnell is coming out and watching us race. Oh, he appreciates everyone coming out tonight and watching everyone race. That's his comment. First Gear Network is saying, good luck tonight, everyone. Let's have some fun in California. So we're going to try to do that. First Gear Network, how does everything look on the track there, buddy? Does it look pretty good? Here, I'll take down the pictures of the driver list here now. And we'll just wait for these guys to finish up their qualifying lap. And we should be good to go. So here's our information. We're at the Auto Club Speedway. The weather is 72 degrees. It's 29% chance of rain. It's a little cloudy, overcast. So we have 7-mile-an-hour wind. We have a 2-mile track here tonight. And we are in Fontana again for the Auto Club Speedway. And you're watching Pirate Broadcasting. Please like and share, as always. Anyway, let's go back and see if we can get these guys ready to get in. We just have the last of the qualifiers out there on the track. So we're just going to go back and take a look. See if we can put up our track map. See who's on the track right now. It looks like Michael Yarrow is on the track at the moment. So he is out there just finishing up his lap in the 45. So we will be watching this, watching him go around. Once we can get the grid up, then we can have an idea of who's where and who is on the pole this evening. Nicholas, were you talking to the boys here? Did they happen to say that they were having a yellow flag out there? No, I don't think they do. They don't have yellow flags, do they? Caution lap partway through.
They do not. We are not stage racing at all. We're running from beginning to end, and if there's any yellow flags, it's usually because one of us decided that we don't want to go forward, we want to go sideways.
There you go. And there's no fast repairs either at this track, so that's going to be an issue, I suppose, as well. So
I do believe so. Now, I just want... Michael Yarrow just hit with a 39.89.
Wow. Okay.
Now fourth. He jumped up a whole second on that last lap.
Yes, we have, let's see, who we do have. Roglic is in first. Likens is in second. Likens did fairly well last week, actually. He did a good run last week at Phoenix. So let's go see if we can bring up the grid. And here we go. We have Zach, Ron 6. I apologize for the pronunciation in one car. Al Likens is in the second place on the outside in the 88. Oh, I'm sorry. Zach Brodzik is in the 38. He's in first place. Al Likens is in the 88 car on the outside. John Held is in third place in the 77. Michael Yarrow is in fourth place in the 45 car on the outside. Fred Pennington is on the inside in the 8 car. Jason Heaney is in the 9 car on the outside in the 6th position. Jeremiah Nelson is in the 48 car on the inside. Robbie Darnell is in the 44 on the outside of him. Brandon Sheets is on the inside in 9th position. Chris Path is in the 22 in 10th position. Jim Coleman'sberger is in the 11 car in 11th position. RJ Jones is in the 12 car, in the 5 car in 12th position. And let's see who else we have. We have Robbie Stewart in 13th. And we have Jason Adams in 14th. Mark Olette is 15th. Rick Adams is 16th. Brandon Hartwell is 17th. Jeff Gilmore is in the 18th position. He had a bad accident on pit lane last week. I'm glad he's out of the hospital or out of the care center from last week because he had a heck of a hit. Dave Cassidy is in 19th position. Mark Kostick is in the 20th position, is 33. John Henderson is in 21st in the 111 car. Nate Webb is in the 7 car in the 22nd position. Nicholas Rowe, you're listed there, but you're in the booth with me, buddy. It's kind of hard to be up here and drive the car at the same time. The 24 car, the 73 car in 24th position will be Larry Blair. And that should round out the field. So Larry Blair is bringing up the back of the field today. So what do you think? Do you have any picks here tonight, Nicholas? Do you have anybody that's, like a favorite of yours other than yourself when you're driving?
Yeah, today that 21 car is going to lead the field now. No, I'm feeling Michael Yarrow is going to pull one out on us again.
You think so?
He was pretty fast in practice. He seems pretty fast in qualifying.
Right on. Okay, well, that might be a thought. I'm just popping up the points here, and I'm just trying to see if my points are going to come up, but my points are not coming up. I thought I had this nailed down, but I guess I do not. Oh, wait a second now. Let's see. Just want to see if that pops up. There we go. Yeah, the points right now. No, that's championship standings. Jason Heaney is in first and Al Likens is in second, according to that. I'm not sure if that's 100% though, so I'll have to double check that at a later date. All right, so we're going to go. And let's see, just trying to... I have a new system here, and it's the SDK system. It's an awesome system, but it's a lot of work. So we're just trying to make sure everybody's working for us. Okay, so we're just trying to see, trying to finish up a couple little things here. All right, so we got a couple things going on. Okay, I see one glitch that I have to fix, but I'm not fixing it now. We're going to go back. We're going to jump in to go racing. All right, green. Here we go. We're racing. We're going to jump right in. Okay, we're going to go up with the leader. That's Zach. Zach's will get the 77 right on his back bumper, the 88 in the outside looking around, but he can't quite do anything with it at this moment in time. So that's Al Likens. He's driving a purple car tonight, so that's different than what he had last week, I believe. But there he goes. Al Likens is right, taking off, going for the lead. He's going to jump. And for some reason, my track map's not coming up, unfortunately. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Not quite sure what's happening with that. How's it look farther back there, Nicholas? Is it anybody racing around? We're just riding along here with the 38 now. The 38's back in lead. Zach jumped ahead of him again.
We're doing a little shuffling back here. I'm currently with RJ Jones in the number 5 car. The back of the pack seems to be really fun watching the high and the low side. Low side's obviously a little bit faster on the track, but the high side's carrying that momentum on the outside.
Right on. Okay, well, yeah, I'll tell you what, Al Likens and Zach, they're both trading back and forth. They can't seem to decide who's going to take this thing away and run with it. So you're back there with the 5 car. That's R.J. Jones. We'll take a quick look back and take a look and see if I can get a little bit better view here. They look like they're racing pretty hard behind RJ, actually, back around Larry Blair and those fellas back there. They all look like they're doing a lot of racing back with Jason Adams and the 5. And, a couple of those other guys, RJ Jones. And, yes, they're definitely putting on a little bit of a show back here. But everyone's minding their P's and Q's so far. I just jumped back up with the leader. Pardon me?
We'll see how long that one lasts. I mean, it's a long race today.
It's a long race. We got 100 laps. We're only on lap 4. At the front of the pack, they all jump back into a single line pretty much. We have Zach is looking a little bit low, trying to get low on Al Likens because Al Likens is back in the lead again. So we're going to go up to side view here and just take a quick look and watch these cars go around the track because they're all spread out fairly well. We're just going to watch them go around the track here for a moment. So you had a busy day yourself. You've been driving all day and you didn't quite make it to the race. And it's not like you want to really drive another 100. Well, it'll be 200 miles tonight. Actually, 100 laps, 2-mile track. So it'd be a big old day of driving for you, I suppose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I didn't think I needed to pull a 500-mile drive fest out.
No, well, I mean, only 3 of it is real, and the other 200 would be virtual, but it's the same thing. Although virtual, you're definitely could be a little bit more intense at the speed you're doing.
And Auto Club Speedway is it's a fun track, it's a fast track, but if you're not on your P's and Q's, this track will eat you alive.
Exactly. I mean, you don't really have really high banking. You have a little bit of banking in the corners, but it's not like Daytona or anything else. I mean, this is kind of a mid-size track. It's bigger than your 1.5 miles, your normal cookie cutter tracks, so to speak. It is a 2-mile track, so it is a little bit bigger, but it plays like a super speedway, but it doesn't play like a super speedway, if that makes sense.
Makes complete sense, Art. It's that mold of an intermediate with fast. It's faster than intermediate, but slower than a super speedway. I believe NASCAR calls it a speedway.
Yes, well, that is true. That is true. They definitely do that, and I know the drafting does come into play a little bit here, a little bit more, especially than the 1.5 mile tracks, the cookie cutter, if you will. But yes, everyone looks pretty good. We're driving along with Al Likens right now, just kind of taking a look out his windshield to see what he's looking at as he leads this thing going around the track. We're going to take a lap with him. And just to give the viewers an idea of how everything looks out the windshield. First Gear Network, are you still with us on YouTube? How's everything look out there, buddy? Is everything looking good? Sounding good? I've been playing with the volumes and so on and so forth, so as long as us announcers sound good, not that we have to look good, it is radio after all. There's a lap with the leader. Okay, let's drop back and take a look at Marco Lett and take a look and see where he is. Marco Lett's back there in 16th position at this moment in time. Rick Adams, he's way back there. Where the heck is Rick Adams at? I don't even see him on the track at this moment in time. Nate Webb, I don't see him on the track at this moment in time. I'm just trying to take a look. There's Nate. There's Nate in the 7. But like I say, I don't think Rick is actually on the track at this moment in time. I believe that Rick Adams is off the pace at this moment in time, and he may not be in the race. But I'm also looking at your car, Nicholas. So your car is obviously not on the track either. So Rick's behind you. So I would have to say that we're not showing him. I think Rick is out of the race at this moment in time. There's Nate Webb. So we're going to go up to Mark Hotchick. He's driving his IBM car. Now, something, Nicholas, I don't know if you noticed there, but Mark always likes to drive around in the back of the pack until the last 20, 30 laps, and then he likes to make his move. But yeah, he definitely likes riding around in the back of the pack.
And that's a great strategy to have sometimes.
I
You get to conserve your tires, conserve the fuel sometimes. I didn't like it because I always end up, wrecking into the guy in front.
Exactly. You know, that's the only problem with being at the back of the pack, is because you could run yourself into trouble. If they wreck right in front of you, you could be in trouble. But no, it seems to work for Mark. Mark does real good. He's a real good driver, and yeah, I definitely like following him. We'll go to John Henderson's car and take a look and see what he sees. We're looking at him. He's driving the Kellogg's car, Kellogg's Cornflakes. So how's it going out there, Cornflakes? As the saying used to go back in the day. John Henderson is showing in the 5 car, although I have him listed as the 111 car. So I'm not quite sure what happened to his paint scheme here this evening, because that means we would have 2 5 cars. Because R.J. Jones is also a 5 car. I'm just shooting up to R.J. Jones, and he is a 5 car as well. So, oh, we have a wreck. I see it. Well, no, we have smoke. So, going to click back here, take a quick look, and see Fred Pennington went off the track. Let's take a quick. Oh, he spun around. He spun right around the circle. The red did not come out. The caution did not come out. There wasn't a red flag on the play. He just spun around on the infield and back, and away he goes again, like he's back on the track. So there was no yellow on that. I am amazed at that. So we're going to go back up to the leader here now. Take a look, and we'll see if we can see what's going on with him. He's got a good pace. He's out about a half a second. But the caution has come out. The caution has come out. So, him spinning around, definitely. Oh, we had the 48 just ran into the back end of... Who did he run into the back end of? He just tagged somebody that fetched up in front of him. Let's see. I think it was Chris Papp. No. Possibly it was the 2. Anyway, the 48 gave a little bit of bumper tag out there when everybody fetched up with the pace car coming out. Did you happen to catch that, Nicholas, or did you see it on your camera view?
I did not see that. I'm going through right now to see what we have. What caused the initial yellow flag?
The initial one was, who did I call? Oh, Fred Pennington. Fred Pennington, and he would be in the 8 car. If you go back and watch him, again, Nicholas is on a different camera system, so it's not interfering with our broadcast here this evening, but he can go back and take a look. But he just went for a spin there in the infield. I'm not quite sure what happened to him, but everyone's coming into pit lane here now, getting ready to come into pit lane. So we're just going to go back and take a look. But if you will notice that the 5, R.J. Jones, and the 111 of John Henderson, they both have the number 5 on their car. So that's a little confusing here this evening. We're just going to have to make note of that. John Henderson, I'm just looking at the ticker overhead, watching him in the pit lane at this moment in time. I just want to see what he's listed as, if he's listed as a 5 or if he's listed as the 111 car. So he's actually in the 22nd position. Now that will recycle once he comes out of the pits. So we're just watching him go down pit lane at this moment in time. We'll have to make a note of that and let the leaders of the crew, let them know that he'll have to check his number for future broadcasts. I've been in a couple of broadcasts where 4 or 5 of the cars were all the wrong number, and you talk about trying to broadcast when you don't know the right numbers because you're clicking and looking for the car, but it's not the car you're looking for, and oh my goodness, it's just terrible. Did you have a chance to go back and look at that accident there, Nicholas?
I did. It just looks like the 8 car just came down on top of 77 John Hill.
He did. But the caution didn't come out till after, which I thought was a little strange. Just a note: John Henderson is listed in the 20th position right now, but he is listed as the 111 car. Although he is driving the Kellogg's Cornflakes car with the number 5 on it, it is supposed to be the 111 car. So just for you people out there in TV land, just so that way you know, So that's what we have to deal with. Alrighty, so we're just going to let these guys cycle through. There's actually, he's back, John Henderson's back into the pits again. He just left the pits. He's back in again. He's taking right sides again. I don't know if he forgot to on-tick his ticker, but he's taking all 4 tires. Not sure if he took them the first time around. So we're going to have to keep an eye on him because he may run out of tires. I don't suppose you happen to notice how many tires were available tonight?
We had 4 tire sets available tonight.
4 sets, so 1 on the car and 3 in the pits. So, okay.
Yes, sir.
So that gives me an idea there. So if he didn't remember to on-check his box as far as getting his tires repaired, he's already down 2 sets of tires. Well, that won't bode well for him later on in the race. He'll definitely have to start conserving tires. So I'm just going to go back up to the leader. Zach is back in the lead in the 38 car. The pace car lights are off. I do not have my track map anymore. I'm very disappointed my track map is not working for some reason. So we're going to have to go without our track map this evening. Pace car is off. Here we go, 38. Down low, 45 on the outside, Michael Yarrow. The 22, Chris is right behind them. Trying to get a jump, see what he can do with it. There's Al Lycan. He's back about the 6th position right now. He's looking low. He wants to get back into this again. He's actually in the 7th position, but he's kind of working his way up through between the pack. Trying to see what he can do with it. Everyone seems to be fairly tight, but they're cruising along quite nicely at this moment in time. Michael Yarrow's trying to catch up, but Zach is just running away from it at this moment in time. Michael Yarrow's having a little bit of difficulty trying to keep up with him. I'm going to try to fall into what little of a draft there is. Is anything going on in the back of the pack there, Nicholas, or do you see anything with your camera angle back there?
We're racing as good as we have been all time. We're trying to follow it in super single, but seems like we're having a lot of issues keeping the 2 pristine lanes going when we hit these turns. Looks like everybody wants to do something different.
It does, doesn't it? Like sometimes 3 wide, sometimes all single file, sometimes 2 wide. They just everyone's looking for the draft and looking for that little bit extra speed. We're going to go back. I believe who's beside the 5 car back there? That would be, or the 2. That would be Brandon Sheets back there. We're going to take a look at his left front suspension. He's right there running beside the 25, Brandon Hartwell. So that's a good view right there. You see Brandon on the outside. Brandon has a car on the inside and the outside of him. So they're both behind him, both in front of him. They're all over. So we're going to go with the rear fin cam. I have a new rear fin cam. I modified one of the cameras here. And the other thing that I modified was our new, let's see if I can find it here. We're going to look for the roll bar cam, which I've actually mounted onto the roof. We now have a roof cam in this league. So we can actually sit on the roof of the car and take a good look. That gives us some awesome camera angles. So we're going to try to work with that. So we're going to go back up with the leader. Actually, we're going to go back to Michael Yarrow because Michael Yarrow is right there. So we're going to take a look and see what he sees. He's the 3rd car back, trying to catch up. Al Likens, once again this week, has a very fast car. They may have to do an inspection on his car at the end of this race because 2 weeks in a row, he seems to be awfully fast. Awfully fast indeed. So he was very fast last week at Phoenix. So yeah, he's definitely cruising right along. So they're looking at the back of Michael Yarrow. So he has a little bit of a space there. So let's go back up the camera and get a little bit better view of these 3 cars up front as they come around the corner along the grandstands, along the straightaway in the front. That's something about the S.R.U. League. I mean, as a rule, I know we have a lot of new drivers this year, but these drivers are very top shelf drivers, I would say, because they do not have, as a rule, a lot of accidents, a lot of crashes. Now, of course, I could have the broadcast first happen to them, and we could have 15 cautions this race. But I'll try not to give them the curse if I can do it, because as a rule, like I say, if you're familiar with the S.R.U league and Dave Bush Cup Series, as a rule, the past few years, these guys have ran together so much that they just used to doing really good races, really hard racing. They race pretty hard. And again, Nicholas, you're new this year with the league, so are you finding that the boys are racing hard, but they're racing fair, I believe?
That's exactly how I would say it. Fair and hard.
Yes. They. Go ahead.
They're great, but they're also forgiving too. I've noticed this a couple times, especially on Phoenix, that tricky track where you might do a little mess up. They're very helpful and very nice. They're not going to be jerks, and that's one thing I love about this Dave Bush series. Everybody's good, clean racing. Yes,
indeed. They are definitely, they're a real good group of guys. If you have a question, if you have a problem, or if you have an issue, I mean, no one really wants to give out a lot of trade secrets, as it were, but a lot of these guys, they're more than happy to give you a hand or, give you a couple pointers along the way and say, like, well, maybe you can try this or maybe you can try that. Like, it's been a fun league. Like I say, I've been a member for 4 or 5 years now anyway, and I jumped off the track into the booth. Probably a little bit better place for me to be because I'm not as good as some of these guys. But I definitely have a lot of fun racing with them. I mean, I like it when I get top fives, but I don't think I've ever got a win at this league. Actually, I've got a few wins over the years, but I don't think I've ever had a win with S.R.U because these guys are just that darn good.
And that they are. I don't think there is a single bad driver in our field.
No. You get the people looking for the same piece of real estate every now and then, but that's what happens, especially when you're cruising along at the speeds that they're cruising. I'm just going to jump through. I wish my track map would work because it gives the viewers idea where everyone is on the track, but also when I'm looking as far as the broadcasting end of things, where the cars are, and that way I can kind of judge when they're coming into pit lane and so on and so forth. So I'm just looking for a little bit of information. We have race data up, which is 100 laps that we're racing here today. So the race recap right now is Al Likens. He is your leader. And we've only had one caution for 3 laps so far. We've had 2 lead changes, but it's basically been between the same 2 guys, Al and Zach. They're the only 2 that are really sharing the lead at this race so far. All right, we're going to jump back out here, take a look. A little bit of a better angle. We're at lap 26 of 100, so we're a quarter way through. We're just going to take a look and see if I can find what I'm looking for here. We have a pit strategy. We'll pop that up. Everyone was basically 13 laps to begin with, 13 laps, and now they're on 13 laps the second time out. So, did you happen to notice when you were in, I know you were in there talking to the drivers before the race started, did you happen to find out what their fuel window was this evening, Nicholas?
Unfortunately, we did not. Everybody has a different fuel window. That's about the only thing we could really come to a conclusion with.
I'm just trying to guess. I mean, I'm just trying to go by history. I'm thinking that they're going to be running about 30 laps, but I could be wrong. I know the other night I was doing a race here and they were saying, oh no, we have no more than 40 laps. I've seen guys going 52 laps. Oh, sometimes you can't really, again, little secrets of the drivers. They're not going to say if we found a secret, so we're not going to tell anybody that we can get a couple extra laps out of this and maybe have enough fuel to end the race without having to pit. So
Well, that's one of the great things about this racetrack is that depending on where you're at, you'd be running more fuel, you'd be running less fuel.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, you have your full window open, do you not? So you should be able to go up in race information. Uh, I don't know if up in the race information on your end, you might be able to find out if what the fuel window is. I'm just thinking at the top of your screen up there on the left-hand side. I could be wrong. I can't open up that window because it would interfere with my broadcast. So I'm running again. I'm doing the camera angles of the broadcast and so on and so forth on my end. But so you came in as a backup broadcaster this evening. We're going to put you to work. Gosh, darn it, we're gonna make you work for your dinner, so to speak. So
There we go. Well, I know. I've got a caution. We got a yellow.
we got a caution. Oh, we got a caution. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. Robbie Stewart crashed. We're going to jump back to Robbie Stewart, take a look and see. There's Robbie Stewart. He's in 3. It's up against the wall. He's coming down into Larry Blair. Didn't hurt Larry Blair any, but he hit the wall hard. He hit it hard. So we're going to just go along, and we're going to jump in his cockpit. We're going to back up a little bit, take a look, and see what Robbie's seen out of his windshield. We're going to take a quick look. He bounced off the wall. He came down into Larry just a little bit, and that was all it took to put him up into the wall and spin him around. He took a double spin. So we're going to go back to log. We'll take another quick look for a different angle. We'll see if we can get a better look here. We'll do the roof cam on his car. There we go. See him come out there, he just ran inside Larry Blair, and that's it. He was just gone. He ran into the wall, spun it around 360, and he's backing down the track. So that was not good for Robbie. He's going to have to go into the pits and get some repairs done. So a lot of these cars now are coming into pit lane. We're going to go right along with Al Likens. Is the 38 of Zach right behind him. It appears that John Held has stayed out on the track, I believe. So he is taking over the first position. So we're just going to ride along with Al and Zach, and we're going to see if I can get both of them into the picture. Yes, they're one pit stall apart, so we'll be able to see what both of them do. Just fuel for Al. Now Zach is taking tires on the outside, and he's taking tires on the inside as well. So he's taking 4 tires in Zach's car. But Al Likens, he only took fuel. He took a splash of Sunoco fuel, and away he goes. He's back out on the track again. So we're going to go back up. John Held is the leader at this moment in time.
Which that makes sense why Zach took 4 tires. He's been driving that a lot harder, been on the back side of Al all race.
That's true. That's true. I mean, they were trading back and forth, back and forth. So, again, now we have the Dr. Pepper car, the 77 of John Held. He's in the lead at this moment in time. But with those 2 guys behind them, I don't see them taking very long to get back up to the front of the pack. Al Likens is in 3rd, and let's see, where did Zach Ronjix came out in the 11th position. So he's back in 11th, but again, he just took 4 tires, so he should be getting a lot of traction. He should be able to make his way back to this field here pretty quickly, I believe. So we're just waiting for the pace car to go around. The lights are still on, so we have another lap. Gosh darn it, I really missed my track map. I really enjoy, I don't know how much the fans like having the track map up in the upper right-hand corner. I know it's just kind of fun to have the track map up. You see where the cars are in relation to the pit lane entrance, the flag stand, so on and so forth. But as a broadcaster, it's a very important tool. It's a very great thing to have, but it's just not coming up for me this evening. Again, it's a new program, so we're learning it. Once we get it all nailed down, we will be fine. We're going to try a couple things here, try to refresh something. Okay, we have our track map back. Okay, we figured that one out. Okay. learn something new every day. Got to keep playing with things. Once I keep playing with things, sometimes they work and sometimes I break it. So, as long as I don't break it here tonight, we'll have a good broadcast. What do you think, Nicholas?
I think we're going to have a great broadcast regardless.
Regardless, as long as I don't do something to kill the broadcast altogether and it'll go to a black screen, that would not be good. I know when I first started using this new program, I started using it with another league, and we got about 20 laps in, and it started glitching really bad, and I had to shut everything down. The race didn't shut down, but I had to switch to the old program, and it was just a hustle all the way across. Okay, the pace car is off. We have the leaders coming up. John Hill's in first. Al Likens is in second. There they go. And they're definitely running. Al Likens is looking on the outside. He's got a big push coming on from the 48. They definitely, look at Al. He's just got a fast car. Like, without a doubt, he has a fast car. And you're looking back at Zach. Zach is...
Looked like Zach did not get a good restart.
No, he's back there in 11th. I'm just going to jump back to him there. There he is. He's by himself back in 11th position right now. If he can get up into the back end of someone and maybe catch a little bit of a draft, he'd be a lot better off, I believe. So we'll go back up to Al Likens up the front. He's definitely got a big run going. John Held is right there behind him, but there is Jeremiah Nelson in the 48. He's looking low. He's going into second position. He's got to run. He's going to slide back up in behind Al Likens. So he's going to see what he can do with it. The 77 John is trying to get in behind Jeremiah Nelson to give him a little bit of a drafting help. But Al Likens is just driving away. He's got third of a second on Jeremiah Nelson. But he's just going. Everyone looks pretty good, though. I mean, everybody's minding their P's and Q's so far. So where are you from, Nicholas?
I'm from Southwest Missouri.
Missouri. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm going to try to get the information and from all the drivers. You're running as a privateer, I believe, in this league, or are you on a team as of yet?
I am on my own. I'm an owner driver.
You're an owner driver. You're a privateer. Falls right into the pirate broadcasting thing. There you go. So, a little bit of backstory about me. Actually, I am a pirate captain. I have 9 pirates in my crew. We are pirate reenactors. So that's where you get pirate broadcasting from. That's where the name comes from. We are the Port City Pirates up here in New Brunswick, Canada. And we do pirate reenactment adventures and so on and so forth. But, so yeah, when I started this, I figured, oh, we might as well stick with the pirate theme and go pirate broadcasting. So here we be, lad. So
well, I'm glad to be a part of this ship today.
There you go.
Full pirate ship you got.
There you go. We won't get you swabbing the deck or none of that nonsense today. We'll just keep you up here in the booth and you can kind of keep an eyeball on all these fellers, eh? So yeah,
someone's got to keep them in line.
You can be our bosun. My bosun's not available tonight, so you can be the bosun. You can keep the crew in line. There you go. So yeah, no, everyone seems to be. We got the what's that? The 22. I think that's the 22. Back further, he looks like he was looking. No, that's not Chris. Chris is up front. I seen a red car way in the back, and I'm not sure if it's the 111. We'll just tell you to take a quick look. Or Larry Blair, possibly. I believe it was Larry Blair in the 73. If I can find the 73, there's Larry Blair there. So I believe he was taking a look outside. So we're just going to take a quick drive along with him. He's passing the 57. Jeff Gilmore. We get by him. I can see a little bit of scuffing on the rear quarter panel of Larry's car. On the passenger side, the rear quarter panel looks a little scuffed up. But I believe that's when, who was it that ran into the side of Robbie Stewart? Robbie Stewart actually is still in the pits. We're going to take a quick look at Robbie Stewart's car. He is still in the pit lane. So he definitely had a lot of damage when he ran into that wall, nose first. So
I would be surprised to see if his car comes back out. He hit that wall pretty hard.
exactly, and there's no fast repair, so he has to wait patiently for repairs. So we're going to go back up to Al Likens. Al Likens and Chris Path, they're definitely bouncing back and forth between the two of them. Chris is on the inside. He takes the lead for a moment, and then Al jumps from the outside. He jumps ahead. So they're definitely not trading paint at the moment, but they're definitely trading position, that's for sure. Everyone else seems to be, again, minding their P's and Q's. Fairly straight line in the front of the pack. Then there's a little bit of a gap, and then they have everyone in the back of the pack trying to play catch-up. So let's see if I can take a good shot from the blimp and see if we can see how high up we are in the blimp. There's a good overhead view. There's the 48 of Jeremiah Nelson. He's looking low as well on Al Likens. Now, Al did not take tires, so I'm just wondering if that's going to come back and bite him a little bit later on in this run.
So Al's been running the top most of this race already. So I don't think it'll hurt him as much as other drivers out there.
That's quite possible indeed. Again, because you get a little bit less tire wear riding the top line. It's usually the right front that gives you all the problems, and once that right front goes away, it makes it harder and harder to make the turn. So he's definitely right there. He's looking on the outside of Chris. Chris is still driving away from him, though. He's having a hard job to catch up with Chris. So we're going to go back here. Let's go back to Jim Coleman's burger and take a look on the roof of his car. Take a look and see what he sees out the front of his car. He's got a little bit of a gap. He has, let's see if we bring up the battle box and see where he is exactly. He was back in the pits. He was back in the pits at lap 30, actually. But he's almost 3/4 of a second behind Fred Pennington at the moment. And Larry Blair is right behind him. He's trying to take a look. So we're going to take a look and see if we can see Larry Blair trying to take a peek. He's right there trying to take a look and see if he can get up, but he's not going to be able to get up there, so he's going to be staying behind him at the moment. Okay, so let's go back to Mark Ouellette and see where Mark is. We'll take a look and see how he's doing. He's driving the 80 car. That's the Turtle Sanctuary car that he has going. So he's looking pretty good back there in the 15th position. Again, we're only lap 43 out of 100, so all these guys have plenty of time to do anything that they want to do, as far as kind of feel everything out and figure out where they want to go, as far as when they want to move ahead. We'll go back to the 7 of Nate Webb. Take a closer look at Nate's car. That looks like Rowdy Energy car, actually, I believe. So that's Kyle Busch's drink, is it not?
I believe so. Rowdy Kyle.
I do believe as well. Okay, Jason Adams, there's 24. He loves his Jeff Gordon paint schemes. He's always run that paint scheme. He always had some form of Jeff Gordon paint scheme. He's always running something like that. Then we're going back into Mark Kostic. Again, the IBM car is his. And John Henderson, he's showing the 5 car, but he's actually in the 111 car. Kellogg's Cornflakes car. And Zach is actually way back in the 20th position. He stopped and took tires. And I don't know why he's way in the back there. Like, maybe he's back there saving tires, just riding along, hoping for a caution to come out. I'm not quite sure.
It looks like he's got damage on the front of his car.
It's
pushed in.
It definitely looks like it's pushed in a little bit. Let's see if I can get a little bit. Take a look here and see if I can see this one. No, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Yeah, see, it looks like the center of his grill got pushed in, but I don't remember him doing anything to, unless he gave someone a big push and it didn't quite work out for him. Because I don't remember him
that
being
could
in.
Be true.
Yeah.
The last restart we had on the outside did not launch, and we had a big bunch of them. That could have happened there.
Okay, so yes, because the front of his grill is definitely pushed in right underneath the Chevrolet emblem. It's definitely shoved in quite a bit. So that could be where he's running into a little bit of drafting problem. So he may have to go in and do a little bit of repairs, and that may be hard to do. All right, we're going to jump back to Brandon Hartwell. He's right back in the 21st position right now, in the 25, and he got grill problems as well. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. It looks like his grill is pushed in. Now, I could be wrong, but just the angle that I was trying to see, I don't have a camera for that angle in particular, so I'm not sure, but he definitely looks like he has his grill pushed in as well. So these boys are pushing in all the wrong places, apparently. So
that 25 car definitely has some front end damage.
yeah, so that there's two good runners
the
that
11
are.
car,
The 11 car?
the 11 car has some back bumper damage. I'm wondering if Jim did not get a good restart and caused a little bit of a.
There's a little bit right there. Oh, the 8 car almost came into the side of him there. So I believe that was the 8 car. Fred Pennington. He came right up beside him and then he kind of dropped back. So now he's just kind of fading back a little bit. Just saying.
Looks like he got a little tight. Went up into them. Tried to get him on the outside. Looks like Jim gave him a little. Didn't give him enough room at almost, and instead of hitting Jim, he decided to hit that brakes and make sure he didn't crash. That was good. That was good running right there. Good racing.
Yeah, that's what it was exactly. He was going to try for it, and now he maybe thought better of it. Maybe he was sliding up to the wall a little bit. It's hard to say. So we'll go back and take a look at the battle box where he is. That's Fred Pennington in the 8 car. He's in 12th position at this moment in time. Jeff Gilmore is about almost a second ahead of him. Dave Cassidy is about a half a second behind him. So that's somebody I haven't taken a look at. Let's see if we can see David Cassidy. I haven't looked at his car yet tonight. He's driving the 17 Budweiser car. So that's a good looking car as well. He's from Canada as well. And Jeff Gilmore, he's from Canada. He's another Canadian, driving the 57 Miller car. And I know after last week's race, I'll tell you what, he hit that inside wall in pit lane, and I'll tell you what, I don't know if you've seen it, or if you've probably seen it in the replay, I suppose, if you watch the replay, because he hit that wall just unbelievably hard. He put the engine in the trunk of the car, basically.
I actually saw that firsthand because my number 77, John Hild's heading into the pits.
Oh, yes, yeah. Is he? Okay, we'll take a look at that, see what we have. 77.
Posted in the number 77, John Hild.
There he is there, yep.
Fellow Canadian.
He's in, and R.J. Jones is in as well. R.J. Jones is right behind him, coming in. So let's take a look and follow in with John Held and take a look and see what he does for tires and whatnot. It's going up on the outside, so he's taking outside tires in the Dr. Pepper car. And he's taking the inside tires as well. And Sunoco fuel, away he goes. Now, R.J. Jones, he's got it up on the outside. He's taking outside tires as well. And he's taking inside tires. So they're both taking tires all the way around. Sunoco fuel, and out the gate they go. I'm going to ride around with Chris Path. He's at the front of the pack at this moment. And I apologize to Chris for the pronunciation. I keep trying to remember to ask you how to pronounce your name. I believe the P is silent, so I believe it's Faf. But I could be... Oh, we got a little bit of shake there. Ooh, that was a little bit of a shake. I'm just going to back up just a hair. Just take a quick look at that, because he was... I don't know, the 48 was going up around the outside. And when he came around the corner, the 48 got in behind him. Gave him a little bit... It looked like he got a little bit snaky. Yes, a little bit of a slide. But he saved it. He was perfectly fine. So I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, Jeremiah Nelson, he's in the 48, and he jumped into the lead of this thing. Now Likens is falling back to third. We're going to take a quick look.
Seems to be when Chris got off. We have a caution. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Caution's out. Yellow flag.
Caution is.
John Henderson crash. We're going to go back to John, take a look and see what happened to John. He got sideways. There's a single car spin. I'm amazed no one got into him, and he kept it off the wall. We're going to go back and take a look again. We're going to rewind it back up here a little bit. We're going to take a good look from the helicopter maybe. And we'll just take a look and see exactly what happened to him. Because John he got close to the 7. It might have been net code. He came down into the 7 just a little bit. We're going to slow it down. We're going to do quarter speed. So it looks like he came down. It looks like the 7 was holding his line. So he came down a little bit into the 7. And then he went sideways. He spun it around. I'm just watching him do the slide at this moment in time. The 24 Jason Adams going low. The 80 of Mark Olette going high. Both missing him. Mark just missed him. He did get into the wall a little bit with the front left. But then he's back out onto the track. So actually, he wasn't that bad as far as the damage goes. Now, I'm going to back that up just a hair more and see if there was actual contact. Or just...
I do believe it was just a little bit of contact. Not much, just enough. I think someone was going a little too high and someone was going a little too low. And can't have cars operating in the same space at the same time.
It just doesn't seem to work, does it? Okay, so left front suspension. No, we're going to look for the right front suspension. So there it is. Yeah, there's a okay, there it is there. You can definitely see. We're going to back it up. Okay, so there's the 5. The 5 is, he definitely came down. It's the 111 on your scoreboard, but he definitely came down a little bit and got into the front corner of the 7, and that was just enough to slide him sideways and spin him out. And there goes.
Are into pit.
I'm just amazed that Mark didn't hit him on the outside. He was very lucky that he didn't hit him, and it was a 1-car spin. Okay, let's go back up to the leader. We'll go back to being live again. And the leader, the 22, he was the leader. He's back into the pits again. Al Likens is showing as the leader at this moment in time. Now Zach, everyone is cycling through. Everyone took time to pit. Everyone is in the pits. You see all the cars coming off of pit lane now. It appears that the 21 might be waiting for a wave around. I'm looking for the 21 of Nicholas Rowe. That would be you. Why is your, oh, okay, I apologize because my old system used to show me the car number on the track. I'm looking at the 21st position on the track, which is R.J. Jones. That's one thing I need to keep remembering, that when I look and see it on the map, in your upper right-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, you see the 21 in green. That's the actual 21 position, not 21 the car number, because he's sitting right here in the booth with me, looking at the track. So, okay, we have Loggy Boy checked in. I've been subscribed 3 to 4 weeks, and Pfaff is very consistent. Yes, he is. His wife is normally here, and she could tell you. Yes, she is. Actually, I usually see her on the broadcast as well in the YouTube chat. Does everything look good here tonight, Loggy Boy? I'll tell you what, we have a whole new program here, so hopefully you're enjoying our new broadcast. We have a couple of little glitches yet, but we're working it out, and we're going to try to give you a good show. Loggy Boy 700, he's been watching almost weekly, so we're just going to ride along with this and take a look. We're back up. Jeremiah Nelson is back in the lead. Waiting for the pace car. The pace car lights are off. They're going into turn 2. So R.J. Jones did get the wave around. He's hustling around turn 4 right now, trying to catch up to the back of the pack. The last few stragglers are coming off of pit lane. 19 and 20 position. They're catching up to the back of the pack on the back straightaway. So we're going to be coming around and going to be catching the green here momentarily. So Loggy Boy 700 says, yes, sir, loving it. My boy Nate Webb is racing well. Yes, he is. That race was not his fault. The wreck was not his fault. No, I don't think so. I think he's doing fairly well. He just had him come down a little bit into him, and he maintained it. He didn't really hurt his car very much either. So we have the pace car pulling off. We're coming around to catch the flag. Green's in the air. Green, 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 boys. Let's go racing. Here we go. We're on the track.
We got a good restart this time.
We did get a good restart. Yes, we did. Got a good restart indeed. Okay, we're going to show up the NASCAR ticker. We're going to go to the tower as well. Bring the tower up. That way people can take a quick look and see where everyone is sitting right now, although they are changing position at the front of this pack. There's Chris. He's jumping out to the front again. We're going to take a quick look and see. We're going to jump back in and take a look at this camera. I'm still fighting with my different camera angles. Don't have the camera angles that I'd like to have, but we're going to do the best we can with what we do have. We have them 3 wide in places. They're starting to filter down to 2 wide. Chris almost won that race last week, actually. I believe it was Al that won the race overall, was it not? I believe it was.
Last week, I believe Zach won last week.
That's right. Yes. Okay. Al was right there though. He was right top 5 yes. Anyway. So, Chris was in 2nd or 3rd. So he definitely has a fast car, and he's proving it right now with 41 laps to go. He's jumping out in the front. There's the 45. Looks like Michael Yarrow. He's just kind of sneaking in there. Looking to pass the 2 on the inside. He has Al Likens right on the back, so if Al gets behind Michael Yarrow, he should be able to give him some drafting help and get him going. Because these 2 drivers in the front, Chris and Jeremiah, they're definitely pulling away from the rest of the pack at this moment in time.
Using those brand new 4 tires to good use right here.
Exactly. The 4 tires do make all the difference in the world. But the question is, how many tires do they have left? I mean, they only had, what did we have? We had 3 cautions, I believe.
So far.
So we just take a quick look at our information. Race recap. So we're seeing 3 cautions for 9 laps at this moment in time. And there's been 7 lead changes. So that gives us an idea of what we're dealing with. Okay, so we're back. Yeah, okay, I'm just focusing on Brandon Hartwell. He's back there in the middle. 57, Jeff Gilmore's right there. So they're running side by side, 2 by 2 by 2 all the way down. And there's Mark. Mark is running in the 15th position, but you notice that he's pulling up a little bit. Halfway through the race, he's not at the back of the pack anymore. He's just kind of riding along back there. But he's someone to watch every race. He's I wouldn't say sneaky, but he's skilled. He's got skills. Man got skills. How's that sound?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
There's Jeff Gilmore. He's in the middle of 3 wide. And the 25, Brandon, and I believe Jeff Gilmore's right in the middle. So, the 8 went up and hit the wall, bounced off it, and then carrying on. So he's fine. They straight singled out back into a 2 wide situation. The line looks good. Everyone looks good driving down the road, down the track here, so they're all looking good that way. They're a little bit wide going into this turn, turn 4. They're all spacing out into turn 3 and 4. They definitely space out a little bit. They're a little bit tighter, I noticed, in turns 1 and 2. More 2 by 2. But in turns 3 and 4, I noticed that they're going 3, 4 wide in places. I don't know if you've noticed that back at the back.
I have noticed that. I'm thinking from that back stretch to banking, you get a little bit more area to move around versus at the front open. You're still turning a little bit going into turn one, kind of need to be a little bit tired.
Exactly. Well, actually, and then we said that, then they were doing 3 wide into turn 1 and 2. So as soon as I say that, they contradict me and do something that I don't expect them to do.
Well, Auto Club is a good racetrack for a lot of reactive driving. You're more looking at what the guy in front, guy behind you is doing.
Exactly.
There's not a single spot on this racetrack that isn't a good spot to race.
Yeah, exactly. You notice that it's pretty much all Chevrolets at the front of this pack. We have Michael Yarrow in the Toyota in 5th position, but all the way back to 14th is Chevrolets other than Michael. And then we have John Held in the Toyota, Mark Dosick is in the Ford, and then 2 Chevrolets, and then R.J. Jones in Toyota, and Marco Letts in a Ford, and Nicholas Rowe. Well, Nicholas Rowe, I keep calling your name, but you're not there. So you're a Ford guy, but everything else is all Chevrolets. It looks like the Chevrolet show here tonight for the most part. At least the top 4 cars are Chevrolets.
I do believe most of our league runs Chevys.
I know it's my favorite. I mean, I sold my Chevy half-ton. I now have a Ford sitting in my driveway, but I'm still a Chevy guy. You know, something inbred from my father. He was always a Chevy guy as well, so. And he was actually...
I'm actually partial to the Toyotas, but you can't ride 21 in BF. You can't do Toyota.
No, you're pretty much regulated to the Ford situation, and if you're going to run 21, you're pretty much regulated to driving a Ford, I believe. That's a NASCAR standard, that is. That's been around for 100 years. Well, not 100, but I would say 75 years, or 70, 75.
I'm pretty sure it's definitely been their factory car since the start of Talladega some years ago.
Exactly. So, yes, no, it's quite a good run. Jeff Gilmore, we've been watching Jeff Gilmore, but we're going to go back up to Chris up the front of the pack and take a look and see how he's doing. He's got about a third of a second on Jeremiah Nelson, and Al Likens is right there within 3/4 of a second. What were you trying to say? I'm sorry?
Oh, I think Chris is driving more with his rearview mirror than he is his front windshield. Every time Jeremiah goes high, Chris goes low. And every time Jeremiah goes low, Chris goes high.
I know that. I'm starting to notice that myself. So he's got a little bit of strategy he's playing out as well. You can see the first 10 cars or so, they're all in a straight line pretty much along that straightaway. So we're going to take a look and see.
Hit the wall a little bit, so I think that makes sense. He's looking at his windshield.
He's looking the wrong way. He's looking at the wrong way. He still has a good gap. I mean, you know, he has a third of a second on Jeremiah, so he should be fairly safe, you would think. But again, third of a second is not much to make up. He could definitely add in there some. So what do we have? We think, let's see, the record's out. I think it was Zach. Hey, hosts, what did you think of the Blaney today? I was very impressed. I tell you what, I have not watched the race today. It wasn't available on my TV channel, so I'm not really happy about it. So I'm going to have to check with my cable provider and find out why I've watched every race this year, and all of a sudden this week there was no racing. So I'm not sure what's going on with that Loggy Boy 7700. But anyway, I'll have to watch and see what the boys did, and yeah, catch up on that. Actually, I'm following the trucks. I don't usually follow the trucks that much, but I watched the return of the Ram, and I watched that show there where Minnie Tyrell won that competition. That was kind of fun to watch, and so yeah, it kind of got me back looking at the trucks again this year. So all the leagues are fun to watch. Are you following any of those on TV, Nicholas?
Not as good as I should. I've been more into our league more than anything else, but I did notice that Blaney finally beat the 23 and 11 cars, so we don't got a 4-peat for the first time ever.
Okay, right on. Yes, because they were going for that. They were definitely going for that, without a doubt.
If anybody could have done it, it would have been JJ Reddick.
I think he could have. I think he might have, but yeah, it sounds like Blaney might have put a stop to that. We have another caution. Yellow flag's out. I haven't seen the red pop up to see who was in it. Okay, Jim. Jim Coleman'sberger has crashed. Let's take a look back and see. Take a look at the 11 car. We're going to slow it down. The 70, he got a little bit sideways. The 77 pushed him sideways down the track for quite a little ways, actually. And then he kind of straightened himself back out. And then he's gone and headed straight for the wall. Bounced his right front corner off the wall, and then he kind of straightened it out after that.
Seems to me a lot like our last one, where it was just getting in the wrong spot at the right time.
Exactly. So, and I thought he was going to catch it, but then he went and slid it sideways again. Now, they were farther in the back of the pack, so there was a lot less possibility of any other cars being involved, but I'm going to back it up here now. We're in the helicopter. We're going to take an overhead view and see, perhaps I can take a rear chase. Take a look and see if we can see... What is the best car angle? Let's take a look and see. That's looking over from his roof cam. So it looks like, I'm not sure if the 77 came up a little bit or if Jim came down.
I think they were running their line and they just
No,
came together at the wrong time.
It looks
That's
like
what it looked like to me.
Looks like the 77 came up just a hair, and then he was spun around sideways, and then he just went for the ride. Now I'm surprised it only was the two cars that were involved in this. He hit the front corner, and he came back down. And then he slid it sideways again. He couldn't quite correct it again, so he slid sideways again. So there you have it, Harbor Freight number 11. Jim got slid sideways, brought out the caution. So we're going to go back to live again. Brandon Hartwell is cycling up to the front of the packs because a lot of the leaders, they went into the pits. Going up on Sunoco fuel, possibly tires. I did not follow them into the pits, so I'm not sure where they, what they took for tires.
I didn't see too many tire pits. I didn't see too many cars going up.
No, a lot of it looks like just about everyone went into the pits, but I think most of them just grabbed. According to that, let's see if I can bring in. Let's see if I can find pit strategy here. So, pretty much everyone came into the pits. Held stayed out. He was out for a little bit. So we're going to find my pit strategy and see pit stop time. So, Hartwell was in for the longest time. Looked like he was in for 49 seconds. I'm not quite sure what happened to that, but I could be wrong. That's the overall time, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Again, I'm still learning all this system, ladies and gentlemen. So Lucky Boy 700 says Blaney passed 79 cars total today. So he was a busy boy out there in the track, wasn't he?
Hey, you gotta be sometimes to win that race.
There you go. Thank you for that update, Lucky Boy. Again, I didn't get a chance to see it. I didn't even get a chance to tape it. So, yes, I missed it altogether. So the lights are off on the pace car. We're coming around. They're going into turn 3. We have Brandon Hartwell in the lead. David Cassidy's in the second position in 17. John Hell's in the 77, and Chris Pfaff is in the 22 in fourth position. Jeff Gilmore is right there as well in fifth, and Larry Blair is right there in sixth position. So they're all going along 2 by 2, minding their P's and Q's. We're waiting for the pace car to pull off. Pace car is off at this moment in time. I hope next week to have some more camera angles for you folks. That way we'll be able to sit right on the flag stand and watch these cars go by and say we got green flag and we're racing again. And I'll tell you what, Brandon Hartwell, he got a big jump off that. And away they go. They're on the track and they're just flying at this moment in time.
It looked like David Cassidy jumped the start.
I'm not.
Brandon Hartwell didn't go on green like we're supposed to, and then that created a little bunch up.
Yeah, and then, well, Brandon took the advantage, so he definitely jumped out from that mix-up. We have a 3-4 wide right there. I was wondering the 77's there on the inside of 3 wide. I thought he was a little tight there for a moment. But it seems to be cycling through. They seem to be okay. So I'm just saying, look, there's a 77. He's fading back, actually. He's in the middle 3 wide, but he just kind of stuck there in the middle 3 wide. He just keeps sliding back. And again, there's Mark right there beside him. Again, keep an eye on Mark, because I can dare say Mark will be up within the top 10, if not the top 5, before the end of this race. He's just someone to watch. So here we go, back up with Brandon Hartwell.
A little update on Zach. After that long first pit stop, he is now coming up into past Hartwell.
There he goes. He's back in the lead. So whatever he was doing for a strategy back then, he's definitely making it work with 24 laps to go. He's definitely back up to the front of this pack, and he's definitely going to make some time on all these guys, I think, because he's definitely pulling away. Him and Brandon, the two of them are actually, both of them are pulling away. Zach's got just about, let's see, about a second on Al Likens. Now, Al Likens is not someone you want to count out either, because he's in that purple car, and he's definitely coming up there pretty quick, too. So we'll take a look at Al's car. Take a look at the roof cam on Al, and we'll just kind of watch him for a minute, because we'll see how fast he's driving along. Because he may catch up. He's catching up pretty quickly on the outside. He's running the high line, and he's definitely running a fairly fast lap. Because he was almost a second behind the leader, and now he's less than a half a second behind the leader. And there he goes. He's catching up again. He's right there. We'll take a look at a front fender. He likes the high line. He likes riding along that high line, Nicholas. I don't know what else to tell you, buddy.
That's pretty much where he's sitting there, and it could be faster for him.
I would.
Tire wear, and you're coming through there a little bit faster.
I would say there he is, right beside Brandon. He's just driving away from Brandon there now. So he's up in the second place, and he's just cruising. He's after Zach, without a doubt. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. So who else do we have here? We have Fred Pennington. Hey, he was actually a fast car last week as well. He's up there in the 5th position in the 8 car.
I saw him hit the wall about a lap and a half ago.
Oh, well, we have an accident. They're wrecking back. Caution should be coming out. They're not. I don't see the caution out. I'm surprised.
I don't think so.
I don't
think so. It was one car.
One car.
John Henderson.
Was it? John Henderson car. All right, I'm going to take a quick run back and take a look. See if I can see John Henderson. And see what happened to him. No, it wasn't John Henderson. Who was in front of John? Let's see. I'm just taking a look. I see it. It's a red car. It's possibly that's a 17. That's a 17 car, David Cassidy. We'll just go back. He saved it. He was perfectly fine, but he was definitely in trouble there for a moment. We'll take a look and see if we can see out of the chopper.
I do believe that 17 car was the same car that hit the wall just a couple laps ago. So maybe it got him a little wheel damage, or maybe it got him a little loose. And
he came down a little bit, or the 48 came up, or he came down a little bit, and it could be net code, or they could have just tapped each other. Maybe the 48 came up because the 48's on the outside at this moment in time. But that put him a little sideways, but he was able to maintain it. So we're going to go back. We're just going to pause this for a second. We're going to take a look at the 48 car. Jeremiah Nelson, we're going to take a look at his right front suspension. We're just going to back up a hair more. And it just caught the back quarter of the 17, David Cassidy. And that's all it took to put him down.
We have another caution.
We have another caution. Nate Webb crash. Let's go back to that. So let's go back live.
That was a big one.
So we'll go back. Here we are. Just trying to find my camera. Look at it. Too many accidents here. Trying to catch up. All right. So we're going to go back
Looks
to this
like
one.
It was the R.J. Jones in the 5 and Nate Webb in the 7 had a little contact.
It did. To put the 7 around, and then the 111 or the other 5 car ran into the 5. It was a meeting of the 5s. So they got into it. Let's go back to R.J. Jones. Take a look at his crash. So we'll take a look at him. He's in the 7. No, he's in the 5.
Nate Webb.
And Nate Webb got spun around. And then the other 5, the 111, the Kellogg's Cornflakes car, he ran into the back of him. So that spun him out. Let's go back to John Henderson. Take a look at his crash. So we're going to back him up. We'll take a look at his roof cam because he came into him hot. He came into him just cruising. So we're going to go down. So there he is. They're wrecking in front of him. So he said, okay, well, he's going sliding sideways low, so I'll go high. And he just ran right into the back of the 5. And the 2 of them went for a ride. And there they were. They were just spinning sideways, the 5 car and the Kellogg's Cornflakes, which is the 111 car. But as you see him on the screen, he's the 5 car listed. So, yes, sir. All right. So
I don't want to presume anything, but I'm not sure Henderson ever lifted.
I'm not sure. He was cruising, but I mean, I think that he may have thought that, okay, well, that car's sliding down in front of me, so I'll be able to go high and it'd be all good. But I don't think he realized that R.J. Jones, I believe it was R.J. Jones in the 5.
I do believe so.
I don't believe he realized that he decelerated so fast. So he kind of probably thought, oh, he's going the same speed as me. He's driving around. I'll drive around and follow him around. But where RJ was involved in the accident, he slowed down considerably, half his speed. And by the time John realized that he had nowhere to go, he just ran into the back of him and just nailed him. So, all right, the lights are still on the pace car. They're going around the track. So we're going to go and see if we go back to live. And yes, okay, I lost my information here, so I'm just going to double check this. Okay, and see if we can get everything back on the track that we need.
Oof.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of stuff going on.
That there is. Lucky Boy in your chat said RJ and Nate are teammates. It's the second time they have wrecked each other.
What is up with that? Okay, so I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my ticker and my map here, so just trying to take a look and see if I can get this back to working again, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right with you. See if I can get this fixed. I don't quite know why. I don't have my ticker overhead. I have no tower. Okay. I'm going to have to jump into here. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to fix this right on the fly. So we'll see if I can get this working again. We lost our ticker overhead, so we're not quite sure what's going on with that. Okay, oh, I know what's going on. I'm not, okay, there we go. All right, we're perfectly fine, ladies and gentlemen. We got it all back again. All right, we're back to racing. Nope, we're not back to racing. We're back to live. Pace car, lights are off on the pace car. We're just waiting. See if I can get my SDK. We have a little bit of a glitch with our SDK probe. Okay, the pace car is off. So we're going to get racing. Here we go. Al Likens on the inside.
Looks like
Zach,
Al,
go ahead.
good. Looks like Al got a good start, but guy behind him did not.
No, Al,
He did not.
Al's definitely right there following Zach, though, and he definitely wants the front on this. Because we have 15 laps to go. Everyone's bunched in there pretty tight. Jeremiah Nelson's there, Fred Pennington's there, Chris is there, Brandon Sheets is there. But there is Al. He's looking high on the outside of Zach. And Zach's not having any of it. He's definitely going to do what he can to stay ahead of Al, because he knows Al has got a fast car. Let's watch these guys go around the track here for a minute. Yeah, the track is definitely wide enough for them to go 3-4 wide into the corners. And then when they get on the straight,
we're gonna really see how pit strategy worked out with that last few cautions. Didn't look like anybody went in during our last caution.
exactly. Well, I'm not quite sure. So bring up the pit strategy there. So a lot of them were only in like 14 laps ago. So they should have plenty of fuel to get this thing done with 13 laps to go. I'm positive almost that they have at least 30 laps in the cars for fuel. The trick will be...
What I'm worried about right now is the tires.
I was just going to say, I wonder how one of these tires is going to hold out. That'll be the question. Because we were so busy looking at the accidents, I was replaying the accidents, so I really wasn't paying attention to them to see who was taking tires and who wasn't, and so on and so forth. And I know there's a program in this new overlay that I have that I can go in and take a look, I believe, and see who took what as far as tires and whatnot, but I have not found that yet, ladies and gentlemen. And as soon as I do, it'll be another feature that I'll be able to provide to you. So we're at lap 89 of 100. Zach is the leader. We have 5 cautions for 14 laps and 10 lead changes. And I'll tell you what, Zach is running away with it. He's trying to, with 12 laps to go, but Al is right on his back bumper. He wants a piece of him. We'll jump in with Al and take a look what he sees. And of course, right behind him is Chris. Chris Pfaff is right there. He wants to get into this as well. So there is Chris.
Nelson, right behind them. It's not too far off.
No, they're all right there actually. So they're all just trying to see what they can do. There's Al. He's got a big jump right there. He's catching up to Zach in the 38 car. I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if I can get a hold of our friends at Whiplash SimCams and see if I can get a couple of more camera angles from them. Again,
Al taking it low.
he is taking it low, isn't he? Yeah, that's unusual because Al likes riding the high line as a rule, where he has all this race so far.
This entire race, he's been up on that top line.
We'll jump back in here with Chris. We're going to take a look to the roof of his car and see, looking it forward, he can see these two cars battling it out. And we'll just kind of follow along and see. Al is just following in the footsteps of Zach. He's running the same line at this moment in time. Now he's going to stay high. Zach's going to go low. But also going low is Chris, and that's giving Chris a heck of a jump here. That gave him a little bit of catch-up time on to Al Likens.
There's not much race left for them to try to figure out what they're going to do. We're about to see a lot of battle positions going on.
I was going to say 9 laps to go. 8 laps to go right now. They just crossed the line. So it's a heck of a race so far. Been fairly tight. RJ and Nate are teammates, by the way. Second time they've wrecked each other. Loggy Boy is telling us. How's it sound, Loggy Boy? You hear the cars good as well as the both of us in the booth? Does it kind of even itself out? Does it sound pretty good? You know, just a question. I can't really hear the cars because I turned the car sound off for myself. That way I can only hear myself talk, and Nicholas, of course. Just inquiring minds want to know. Well, there's Al Lycan. He's right there. But there's Chris is right there as well. Like they're all just right there trying to see what they can do. Chris has got a fast car. It looks like he's catching up really quickly. Beautiful audio, Loggy Boy tells me. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get the fine mix between having the car engines in the background and my voice, and Nicholas's voice as well. So I'm glad that it appears that everything's working good. I'll make sure that I save this as my settings from now on. But Chris is right there. He's just taking a look and see what he can do. He's passing him now on the inside. There's Al right there beside him. But Chris has got a fast car. He had a good run. But then he lost it. Al pulled ahead of him. So we'll get down to 6.
Zach is loving this.
Exactly. You know, like as long as these two are fighting back here, Zach can just drive away. So he doesn't have much of it. He only has a quarter of a second lead on Al. But as long as these two guys are fighting for second and third back here, yeah, it's not hurting Zach in any way, shape, or form. There's Chris taking the low line again.
Things are getting dicey in the second pack.
They are. Oh, are they back there, back in the back? Well, let me know. 5 laps to go. I'm going to try to stick with the leaders because we have 4 cars up here now. Zach Rodzik, Al Likens, Chris Pfaff, and Jeremiah Nelson. The 4 of them are the only 4. We have 2 more a little bit farther back. We have Jason Haney and Brandon Sheets. They're back in 5th and 6th. But it's these 4 guys at the very front that are making things happen. And right now it's a battle for second. So we'll bring up the battle box. It's the battle for first. And my battle box is not coming up, unfortunately. It seems to be, oh, no, there it is. It is working. It's not working on my main screen, but it is working on the other screen. So these guys are just working each other. Al Lycan is just on the high line, the low line. He's trying to do whatever he can. With 3 laps to go, he's trying to do what he can. And Chris Pfaff is right there as well. He wants second place if he can get it. So he's racing Al hard. Single file. I don't know if Al is going to have anything for Zach. I think Zach is going to run away with this, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to take some notes before the end of this race. There's Chris. Chris is definitely going for second place. He's got to run. He's got to run. He's got to go up. Go ahead.
Saying the same thing you are, side-by-side race, and let's see if going on the inside is going to be better for him. And I do not believe so.
Yeah,
and Al closed that door on him.
He did. I thought Chris had him had the second place locked down, but it's not going to happen. We got 2 laps to go. We're coming across the line. Final lap. Checker or wrecker from now on. We're not going to be doing a green-white checker anymore. So if they wreck now, it doesn't matter. We're still racing. We're going to race back to the finish. And I think Zach might just have her all tied down, but I don't know if Chris is going to have anything for Al now.
2 more turns.
Going turn 3. There's Zach. He's looking. He's looking for the checker flag. He's got the checker flag. There he goes. He's got it. Al Likens is in second. Chris Pfaff is in third. Jeremiah Nelson is in fourth. And Jason Heaney looks like he took 5th position. That was a good run. That was a really good run. We're going to stick with Zach. I'm sure he's going to take a run around the track and he's going to burn it down a little bit. Well, that was a lot of interesting driving. We didn't have too many cautions. So we have the race recap. We had 101 laps, which is basically 100 laps, I guess. Zach is the winner. 5 cautions for 14 laps and 10 lead changes. So actually, that's not too bad for a 100-lap race. Here's Zach. He's going to burn her down here now. Burn her down, man. You deserve it. Oh, we lost our screen. What happened to our screen? Oh, he just glitched and then away he went. So he shut her down and he went back to the pits. Alrighty. So that was it from the Auto Club Speedway. Let's click up and bring up our results. So we had Jason Heaney. No, that's practice results. I don't want practice results. I want the race results. So we want race info. We'll go back to the results again. That's the practice results. That's not what I want. Just trying to get this nailed down. For some reason, we're coming up with our practice results.
I got you, Art.
You got it?
I got you. So in first place, we got the 38 car of Zach Ronchich. In second place, we got Al Lankins and the 88. And in third place, we got the 22, Chris Pratt. That's Pfaff. I keep messing up his name, too.
I believe it's Chris Pfaff, I believe.
Pfaff. Well, the margin of victory was half a second.
There you go. Then it appears that we have Jeremiah Nelson in 4th. Jason Heaney is in 5th. Brandon Sheets in 6th. Brandon Hartwell in 7th. Michael Yarrow in 8th. Jeff Gilmore in 9th. John Held in 10th. Robbie Darnell is in 11th. Jeff Pennington is in 12th. David Cassidy is in 13th. Jason Adams is in 14th. Mark Koscheck is in 15th. Larry Blair is in 16th. Nate Webb in 17th. Mark Olette in 18th. John Henderson is in 19th. R.J. Jones is in 20th. Jim Coleman'sberger is in the 21st position. Robbie Stewart is in the 22nd position, bringing it home. Those are your unofficial results, but our top 3, Zach, Al, and Chris, are definitely our top 3 drivers. I'm not quite sure why I'm bringing up the practice results instead of the main results. Oh, there's the proper. There we go. We got it now. So yes, there's your results on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just leave that up there for now. I don't see anyone in the waiting room as of yet. So we'll see if I can go up and grab onto Chris and drag him down here to the booth. Hey, Chris, you got a copy? It's Art and Nicholas up here in the booth there, buddy.
Hey, Art. I got you, buddy.
That was a good run, man. You brought home 3rd. You did really well last week, I believe, too. You were top 3 last week, weren't you?
I think I finished just outside the top 3. I think 5th, something like 5th.
Okay. Yeah, well, you definitely had a fast car tonight. So how was those last few laps going through?
Man, it's tight. It's tight up there. You know, Zachary, super fast, always, everywhere we go. And, you know, we started downshifting right there on that last run. I was exclusively doing nothing but downshifting every corner, and it's just hard. It's hard to get a run. It's hard to get that momentum on somebody. You catch them, you know, right at the end of the straightaway, and then you kind of even out going into the corners, and it's just a rinse and repeat cycle, back and forth. Hard to get a run.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, the race between you and Al, you know, he was going high, you were going high, you would go low, he would go high, and back and forth. You two were definitely battling it out there for second place.
Yeah, man, that wasn't for a lack of effort or trying. I was trying my best to get around him and get up there, give something for Zach, but just ran out of steam, ran out of some tire.
Right on. Nicholas, you got anything for our third place driver?
Good racing there, Chris. It was fun to watch you and Al at the end there. It just seems like every time you get a good run on the inside, he'd cut you down on the outside. How was it battling him there? Did you get that same instance?
Yeah, it's tough, especially off the exit of 2 when you're downshifting into 4th and you're trying to get max throttle time and get to the gas as early as you can. It gets loose and it's hard to just maintain that momentum when you throw it in on the bottom like that. I mean, it's fun though. It creates lap after lap of side by side racing.
Right on. Well, we're going to Vegas next week there, man. So how do you think this is going to play into going into Vegas there? Give you a little bit more confidence going in?
Well, yeah, yes and no. I'm not great at Vegas. That's a mile and a half that is not fond of me, and plus we don't have we won't be having the high horsepower, package there. So, yeah, I don't really know how good I'll be there. We'll see. I know that place is gripped up, and I know you can run pretty much any lane that you want. We'll see how it goes.
Right on. All right, you got anything to say for any of your sponsors or friends back home?
Oh yeah, man, I just appreciate all the support. My wife, she's locks it down during the week, during the weekends and stuff, especially with the daughter and activities and things that go on. Allow me to come in here and do this, hang out with these guys, act like a little, younger version of myself of what something I could have been. And I appreciate this league, man. I mean, this is the only league that I've joined. Been in it now for I don't know what it's been, 4 or 5 years, and I love it. Love every second of it. Love these guys. I love the new guys that we got here. Good racing, fun times, man.
Right on. All right, man, I'm going to put you back down, but congratulations on your third place win, and we'll see you next week in Vegas.
Appreciate it, Art.
All right, we're going to see if we can grab on to Al Likens here now and pull him down into the broadcasting booth. If I can grab onto him, he's a little bit tricky. There we go. Al, you got a copy? It's Art and Nicholas up here in the booth, bud.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll tell you what, you and Chris were definitely having a little bit of a battle for second place there on the end of the race there.
It was a heck of a battle. It was a lot of fun, man. This race was heck of a time. I really enjoyed it.
Right on. No, it was a lot of fun to watch. And what do you think, Nicholas? He put on a bit of a show, didn't he?
That he did. It looked like he was running that high line most of the race, and I'm just wondering how's that high line feel on this race today?
It felt good. It tightened the car up a little bit off the exit. That's what I needed. But 3 and 4, I could not get through 3 and 4. That right there cost me the win. I do believe.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun to watch without a doubt. So going into Vegas next week, what do you think? Second place is going to give you a little bit of momentum going into Vegas next week?
Oh yeah, I like Vegas. I haven't ran it in a while, so I don't really know how that's going to go. But Vegas is a lot of fun too. It's a lot of it's track position and managing your tires.
That's all what it's all about, managing the tires for sure. I mean, you got to save that right front as much as you possibly can. So, all right. Well, do you have anything to say for any of your sponsors or any of your friends back home today?
Yeah, I'd like to thank God and my family and my teammates, Fred Pennington and Jeremiah Nelson. We practice, so try to make each other better. And I'd like to thank for what you all do in the league for having us. We appreciate you all.
All right, man. No, it was a good run. It was a lot of fun to watch, man. All right, I'll put you back up, and we're going to see if we can grab onto the winner. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to see if we can grab onto Zach. Hey, Zach, you got a copy, buddy? Art and Nicholas up here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Heck of a win. I'll tell you what, you were at the front of the pack at the first of the race. Then you cycled back, you grabbed some tires, and you went way to the back, and you were back there for a while. But you're at the front of the pack at the end of the race. That's when it matters for sure.
Yes, sir.
What do you think there, Nicholas? Question for Zach here?
Yeah, Zach. So I noticed you were doing something different the entire race that Al was doing. Al was running that high side, but I noticed you like to dip down when you hit in that corner in the middle. Tell us more about that. Why were you running the low instead of the high?
Well, the high lane was tighter. It would scrub the right front a little bit more, and as soon as you get to like that 3/4 mark, it would dip away. So in 1 and 2, it wasn't, if you did it right, whatever they did up top wasn't, um, it didn't produce a run like that unless you really mess up. They might slowly get there or whatever, but the key in 3 and 4, I mean, the guy behind me the last 2 races is notorious for overdrive and entry, and you can do that, but then you're asking it to, you got to stick and throttle up when I do to maintain, and that's just impossible. So if he's behind me, he needs to do the opposite of me or a little bit earlier. But anyway, so I would go into 3 and 4 and I'd downshift, but I'd hold the arc and then turn. But the key is to wait that extra half a second. There's a moment where it feels like you should hit the gas, but it won't do nothing but go up track. If you wait that extra half a second, like it feels slower and it's weird, but you just got to do it, and it stays down there longer. You drive straight up off, and they can't get a run on you, and they can't keep arrow because I'm constantly lower than them. So kind of technical, but yeah.
Well, it worked for you tonight without a doubt. Now, I noticed that you took 4 tires early on, but then you were at the very back of the pack for a while, and it looked like you had grill damage. Did you run into somebody early on in the race, or did you just have some grill damage from an accident or something, or?
Yeah, that first stop, I didn't take tires. I just took fuel, and I backed up a little bit, and I was in like 8th or whatever. But the high side just stacked up. Everybody ran into each other, and I got nose damage. And I mean, I was pushing all chips. I was dead last on speed, and I had 48 seconds of damage. And that next caution, I was able to sit there and fix it and not go a lap down, and then just basically had to drive through the field.
Okay, that's right. That's where you went down farther in the pack. I was wondering because I did notice that you were, right at the first of the race, you were leading you were in top 3 at any given time, and then you were suddenly way at the back of the pack. So that must have been when you were in there getting the damage repaired. So I was just wondering because I did notice that you did have some front end damage there earlier on, and I was wondering if you ran into somebody or or had a problem that we weren't aware of.
Yeah, it was plowing. It was not turning at all. That's all she had.
Right on. So this win tonight there, going into Vegas next week there, going to give you a little bit of boost of confidence going into Vegas?
Yes, sir. I like Vegas. It's just control your angles, control your exits, and keep it straight, and your tires will do you good.
Right on. All right. Well, do you have anything else for the winner there, Nicholas?
No, but congratulations on your back-to-back victory.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything for your friends or sponsors back home?
No, just shout out you guys in the league. It was fun. It felt fun in the car. Hopefully, it looks good up there, and thank you guys for doing it.
Right on. Well, congratulations, man. And we'll see you in Vegas next week. All right, I'll put you back down with the rest of the pack. All right, so Nicholas, we're going to Vegas next week. You're going to be on the track, I'm assuming, next week. We'll have to keep an eye out for that 21 car. Keep an eye out for that.
Try to be that 21.
Keep an eye out for that 21 car.
Lucky in Vegas, man.
Huh? Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Exactly. Hey, 21 blackjack, Las Vegas.
There you go.
I think you're gonna see a new winner on that one. Las Vegas is one of my better tracks.
Right on. Well, we'll definitely have to keep an eye out. Now, try not to spend too much money in the casino before you get to the track, eh?
Yeah, don't want to lose all my luck.
There you go. Save a little bit of your luck for the track, because you may need it. But boys are gonna start getting hungry here. I think so. All right, so that's us for Pirate Broadcasting and the Auto Club Speedway here in California. We're going to see you all next week in Las Vegas. So look forward to